All right, so this is a history of VC making in NBA 2K. I'm going to be showing you guys how much VC you could make from 2K17 all the way to 2K25, talking about the prices of things and how expensive things have gotten. And to be honest with you, I'm doing this video to expose this from NBA 2K because I think this is by far the biggest reason as to why 2K is not as enjoyable as it once was. Because I'm be honest, there's a correlation between very expensive, overly priced things and the amount of people who are not willing to buy it. So let's get it. All right, so starting off with 2K17, and I'm using Chris Move videos for most of this. I wanted to show you how much VC you made at the end of games in my career, just to show you the difference between the 2Ks. Now, as you can see, Chris Move had a decent game, 21 points, 12 assists, A plus teammate grade, which is very good. And this is, by the way, 2K17 when you would get Hall of Fame times 2, as you guys can see at the very bottom of the screen. And he only got 1200 VC. Now that's not good, but in 2K17, I believe it was an iffy year, but the players to upgrade your players to 99 were not as expensive, right? It was not as expensive to get to 99 or whatever overall you would get to. Me personally, I think I would always go to like 91 or 92 in this year specifically. So it wasn't as expensive in this year, and it was a fun year. So everybody played the game, everybody had a bunch of fun. Now going to 2K18, this is where you kind of start seeing a little bit of bad. It's just a little annoying. But in 2K18, the only good thing about 2K18 actually was the endorsements. So the endorsements were very nice in 2K18, but the amount of VC that you would get wasn't that great. So as you can see, he got 1259 on Hall of Fame difficulty for a ridiculous game. I don't even know what was the stat line. I think it was like, where is it? Oh, 41, 12, and 15 at least. Yeah. So you wouldn't get as much VC for 2K18, but the endorsements were great. And I believe this year was the one year that there was no VC glitch, but it was the Road to 99. So if you were to hit a certain overall, you were able to get times 2 VC on everything. So you would make a lot of VC from it. And another thing that I forgot to mention is this year specifically, you would get endorsements and they would give you a bonus for the endorsement. So like every game you would play, and let's say like you had an incentive that if you scored this many points, it would give you 100 VC or 200 VC. So sometimes you could play park and get like extra VC. You can get like 500 VC in the park per game, and you could get over 2,000 VC for my career games just from the endorsements. And then later on, they would send you a bigger check through the endorsements, which was pretty cool. So there was a lot of VC to be made this year. Now 2K19, interesting enough, it was very similar with the incentives, as you can see. And by the way, as like the salary in these games for the videos that I'm watching is not that impressive. You could get 1,000 VC salary, which would only increase these by like another 200 VC, and that was great. But they changed that in this year. You can't get. I think the most you can get on a salary is 750, which is less than what the like Chris Move has in this video. And by the way, in the past, you would start off with a 750 salary, then they dropped it to 500. People complained, so they raised it up to 650. But that's just a little fun fact for those who don't know. But you would get a lot of VC this year from just incentives, so it was easy to grind VC on this. Like I remember I used to grind my players from 85 to 99, not spending any money just because I would play my career and have fun, right? Which sounds kind of crazy to say now, but yeah, that's how I would make it. But another thing about 2K19 is there was a serious VC glitch. It's probably the best VC glitch ever because every time you would like load your screen, you would make 15,000 VC, or 10,000 VC, whatever it was set at. I don't remember. I think it was 15,000. It might have been 10,000, but people made millions and millions of VC because of it, and it was a lot faster than Donna. So 2K19 is technically the king of VC making ever. Like I don't think there's ever been a better year than 2K19. So it was insane, and even without the glitches, it was still ridiculous because without the glitches, you can still make, I think what was it like, 15,000 VC per season. And there was a method, and I knew this. I never uploaded it, but you would go in a center and then just foul out, and then you would sim to the end, and you would get all your endorsements and then collect your VC. But you were limited to 3 times a day. So even after the patch was gone, I could still make 135,000 VC every single day. And I remember the exact amount because I used to play my team and I would open packs. So yeah, it was this is easily the best year of VC method, like VC making, like by far. 2K19 is the king of VC. Now I don't want to get stuck on 2K19, but that was a great year. Now 2K20, as you can see, they had changed the Hall of Fame multiplier to 1.6, grade and stats only, which made a huge difference. difference. But because incentives were still in the game, you would get a lot of VC. So 2200 VC was a lot. I mean, today you're not making that. So keep in mind. And by the way, another thing I want to point out, like this still had the old um, endorsement system, which for those who don't know what it is, if you play current gen, you can request 10,000 VC on a contract for Nike or Gatorade or whatever, and then 5 games after that, you get 10,000 VC. So that's what current gen endorsement system works. This is how this worked. So 2K17, 18, 19, and 20, or actually maybe not 17, but 2K18, 19, and 20 for sure had that same endorsement system if I remember correctly. And it was incredible. You made so much VC. It was so easy to grind. And another thing that I forgot to point out is players were less expensive to max out. So instead of 375,000 VC, it was maybe 325 or 315 or whatever it was. But there was a noticeable difference. And if in some years it was about the same as today as this year's 2K, but the big difference was clothing was cheaper, shoes were cheaper, animations were cheaper, everything was cheaper. So yeah, that's another big difference. So yeah, this is 2K20, another great year for VC making. Not as good as 2K19 though. Now you get to 2K21 where you still have incentives, but they definitely drop. They went from 200 VC from them to only 35 from them. But you could still make over 1800 VC. This is getting closer to what it's like now per game in terms of VC making. Obviously, Chris Move has a lot of VC because he bought a VC, and so he would just stack it on top of that. But 2K21, I believe, changed the endorsement system on next gen. So on next gen, the VC's endorsement system was horrible, if I remember correctly. You, instead of getting 10,000 for one contract, now in total from all your incentives, you might get 10,000 in total or something ridiculous. I don't remember really playing next gen 2K21. So I can't necessarily be for certain, but I know that it was not a great year for VC making. I don't think there was any VC glitches, or maybe there was, but I just don't remember. Now going to 2K22, as you can see, like I think this is the year the incentives were removed from the game. So the VC dropped completely from like over 2,000 per game that you could make to only 1,437. And by the way, I didn't even mention with these other 2Ks, like you could work out your contract so you got a lot of VC, but then you would get a teammate grade bonus. So what I would do is set my teammate grade bonus to like a 1.6 or something like that, or 1.7, and then when I would get an A plus, I would get like over 1,000 VC, or like 1,200 VC from the A plus, then the stats, then the salary, then the incentive. So I would get like 27 to 3,000 VC per game, which is insane. Nowadays, if you get 3,000 VC from just playing my career, you have to play pretty much the entire hour to get that. It is horrible. But going back to K22, like I said, this is when they had removed incentives, dropped the VC, the endorsement system changed, so they dropped the entire VC that you would make, which sucked. 2K23, this is when they dropped the salary down to 650. Now, I believe this year specifically, you could still ask for more VC at the end of the contract, so you can get 1,000 VC per game at this point. So you would increase the total VC earned significantly. So it wasn't as bad as you would say. So 2K23 was okay in terms of VC making. But now you get to 2K24, and interesting enough, for Chris Move, the key game bonus and then the teammate grade, and I wish it showed it. I don't know if he shows it. Let me see if he shows it. Let me see if he shows it doesn't show everything. Oh yeah, the salary, 850. As you can see, this is when the salary 850 was pretty good and 1.6 multiplier. But I believe that was for everything. So this was actually a decent year in terms of VC making in 2K24, in terms of in-game VC making. But it's horrible compared to the other years because the endorsement system had changed. So you wouldn't get the contracts of 10,000 plus from endorsements, which killed the game. And obviously everything got more expensive. And the way the game was designed, and this is not saying that 2K did this intentionally, but they would always make certain builds really overpowered at the beginning of the year, like post scorers. People would make post scorers. Once people made a bunch of post scorers, they would nerf post scorers to be absolutely trash, which means that people had to spend more VC. Yeah, it was kind of annoying. And now we get to the worst year in terms of VC making without VC methods, which is 2K25. 1,100 VC for a game on Hall of Fame is not good, by the way. And for those wondering what his stats line looked, 64, 3, and 11. And he only got 1,100 VC. That, to me, is horrible. Now, I make my own build, and I score like 100 points. And even then, like I could play for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I would only get like 1,400 VC. And by the way, your salary is capped at 750, I believe. That's the most you can get from your salary. So they definitely minimize it. There's no teammate grade incentive where you get like a multiplier on it. So they changed a lot of things, and then there's no incentives from endorsements, and then the endorsements are capped to I believe 9,000 VC in total, right? The only thing good about this game was the Donna method, which now they completely patched. But yes, I made millions of VC from the Donna method personally. I don't know if most people did. If it wasn't for Donna, this year would have been the worst year ever. But Donna came through clutch, and I think that made the game a little bit more enjoyable for most of us. But the problem is they already patched it completely, and they destroyed every VC method, including the FIBA bonus, which was a great VC method without doing a glitch like the Donna method. So you could just play 3 seasons, get through them as quick as possible, collect 25,000 VC, collect your endorsements, restart. Now they put a cap and a waiting period on the FIBA games, and I don't know how long you have to wait. I heard a day, I heard 2 days. I have no idea, but you cannot make like I made a video where I tried to make 100,000 VC in a day, and it probably took me 8 hours to finish it, and I didn't even get to 100,000 VC. I had to call a cheat code mode, or I don't know, but I had to end the video then because there was no way for me to make another 25,000 VC after grinding for 8 hours. It wasn't gonna happen. So yeah, that's a long story. If you want to watch the video, it's on my channel. You can find it very quickly. I think it's the last video prior to this one, but yeah, no, by far this is the worst VC year by far. Without the Donna method, this is by far the worst. Now another thing I want to point out, and like I said, is the price of things has definitely increased while the VC has either stayed same for a couple years and actually even improved a couple years. I think from 17 to 18 to 19, it improved. 2K19 is by far the king of VC making. By far, it's the best year for VC. But they then began to make it worse and worse and worse every single year, the amount of VC you would make, while increasing the prices of things, increasing the amount of VC that clothing costs, for example. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are very sad. And then the gameplay has gotten worse, in my opinion. It's not as fun as it used to be. I definitely don't enjoy the game as much. Yeah. And obviously, this is just my career. There's other game modes that have been changed, like Park, for example. Park, you get no VC nowadays. Back in the day in 2K, I think 18 and 19, bro, you could get you would get like 500 VC per game in Park. Like it was insane. Like you would get the incentives once I think it was 18 actually, but once you would get your incentives up, oh my goodness. And then they had a ×2 bonus VC making on the road to 99. So at some point people would get ×2 VC. I know that I think Brutal Sim had a ×2, and so most of his videos he would make a lot. Like so these games, imagine what was it that he made? 1259, imagine 2500 VC, right? And then this guy had no incentives. With the incentives it was like 3000, right? And then the Park it was like 500 700 VC in total or something ridiculous. So yeah, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I know this is a bit of a different video, but the history of VC making absolutely sucks, and this is by far the worst year ever. And if 2K wants to make the game funner, they need to make the game more rewarding to play, because it definitely doesn't have that reward, especially for no money spent players, which used to be the reason this game was fun. Because no money spent players are the ones that take the game a little bit more serious, and it's a lot more about having fun, and not being upset about spending money or losing in a sense. They just want to have fun. And them destroying the VC making and increasing the prices of everything, yeah, absolutely sucks. I'm be honest with you. So if they ever want to fix their game and not go under, because I'm be honest, next year GTA 6 comes out. I mean, this year GTA 6 comes out, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, most of us might not even be playing this game. I'm be honest, a lot of 2K content creators gone. They won't be on 2K 26, because they're gonna be on GTA 6, making a whole lot more money, having a whole lot more fun. And unless GTA 5, unless 2K26 comes in hot, and I mean a fun gameplay, dang near free to play. Not obviously they won't do that, but I'm saying like they make it so easy to make VC that everybody has 99s. Everybody can delete builds and make new builds. You know what I mean? If they mess up their first build, make another one. You mess up that build, make another one. Oh, you're done playing point guard, make a center. Oh, you don't want to play center, make a forward. Make all these different builds. My goodness, you know what I mean? And they got to come in clutch next year. And so this is my petition to 2K. Stop destroying the VC making. Allow us to make VC, and nobody will have to use glitches. I know they watch my videos, and they be patching everything the first day. So if y'all watching this video, make the VC making easier for us. We'll enjoy the game, and we'll play it for fun. But y'all make it so hard. Everybody wants to find a glitch. You know how many comments I get a day, 2K? Every day I get 10 comments about, yo, you got a new VC glitch? I ain't got no VC glitch because y'all patch all of them. And if I had one of them, I wouldn't want to share it anymore because I know y'all be watching my videos, 2K. I don't know if they watch, but everybody thinks so because every time I upload something, it gets patched like within a day or something ridiculous. So, yeah. 2K26, if there's VC glitches, I'm gonna put them up right away. I don't care. I'm just gonna throw them up there. I'm gonna spam them. You know what I mean? So if you want 2K26 VC glitches when they come out, I'm your man. All right. Anyways, that's the end of the video. God bless y'all. Jesus loves you guys. Take care. I know this is a little bit more of a rant, but I really wanted to make this video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Anyways, God bless you. Take care.